could get through. I am a little bit worried about South Korea being like much of a challenge. I'm a little bit worried that this is going to be a game that if Brazil want, they could go and win it like 3-0, 4-0, so on, so on, so on. If they get going, then I think this could be a runaway. I think, though, that we could also be looking at South Korea keeping it tight. It wouldn't surprise me if this is 0-0 at halftime. And then we've got a very interesting game on our hands. The longer this goes on, the more that Brazil get frustrated, the more this is going to be very, very interesting. We do have Neymar back. So Neymar is apparently in the lineup. Vinicius Jr., of course, is back into the side. Last time we saw Brazil, they were a much changed side. And they lost, which was quite a surprise. We've got Casemiro in. Bless me. We've got Casemiro in. We've got Vinicius Jr. Neymar being back is massive. Neymar being back is a big, big deal. So, yeah, there's lots to talk about, lots to get our teeth into. I'm going to change this over and get the chat up on screen. We are less than an hour away from this kicking off. So let's just see if we can get the chat sorted. It's still showing, obviously, the last game that we was talking about, which was that penalty shootout, which was quite the shootout. Not very good by Japan at all. Japan are out, if you are just joining us, if you didn't see that last game. Croatia going through thanks to that penalty shootout. Really poor penalties by Japan. I must say the game overall was a little bit flat. There were certainly some times where it picked up, and there were certainly some times where I think things got a bit more exciting. But by and large, it was a little bit flat. This one, though, feels different. This is Brazil. This is, as I said at the start, one of the favourites to win this World Cup. And they are very much a team that I think are seen as going to be able to, get through South Korea quite comfortably, get through Croatia quite comfortably. Really, their toughest challenge looks like it's probably going to be Argentina, and then they're into the World Cup final. So, again, I think a lot of people are expecting Brazil to get to the final. Dare I say, maybe they're overlooking South Korea. South Korea have got some decent players. I don't see them being a problem. I can't see this being an upset. If Brazil get knocked out by South Korea, this will be one of the biggest upsets of all time. So can they get to halftime 0-0? Can they get to halftime still in this game? That's what South Korea need to do. They need to try and get to halftime still in the game. So it's going to be tricky, and it's going to be even trickier now that Brazil have got Neymar and they've got Vinicius Jr. back and Casemiro back. But it's going to be interesting. Here we go again, said Rotem. Francesco said this Brazilian team would smoke Croatia. Lee, hello. Welcome, welcome. Rotem said Modric has got at least one more match. One more match. Adam said, when it comes to the shootout, would you rather shoot first or second? That's a good question. I would rather shoot first. I think that if you miss your very first penalty, it's not the end of the world. You're not out of it. We've seen plenty of people miss that very, very first kick, and that team still goes through. So actually, I feel like the first kick, for me, is the least pressured out of all of them. You would think the first one would be super important in setting the tone and all of that, and you can definitely make an argument for that. You can definitely make an argument that if the first one goes in, then the pressure is off the second person. Because you can afford a miss in the penalty shootout. It's quite, I don't want to say it's rare, but you do see teams missing. I mean, you just saw that Croatia hit the post. So Croatia missed one, and of course Japan missed loads. So, it's not often that you see every penalty going in. It does happen. But I think that you can sort of get away with, because the thing is, if you miss your first one, all of a sudden then there's pressure off the other team for them to potentially score. But then eventually it starts to, the longer you get into a shootout, the more the pressure builds on that other team, because all of a sudden it's like, if I score this, we win. and that's a different kind of pressure. And so you do find that teams do tend to miss at least one. So I would definitely take the first. I feel like it's the least pressured. You're not following anyone. You have no penalties have been taken, so it's not like if you miss, we're out. Do you know what I mean? Like with a penalty shootout, everyone's like, "Oh man, the pressure of if I miss, I'm out." I sort of feel like I wonder if England have looked at that and they've thought to themselves, "Well, our best penalty taker is Harry Kane, so let's put Harry Kane further down the line somewhere." Like maybe when the pressure like ones are on around like 3 or 4, like that's when Harry Kane should be stepping up. For me, I'd be looking at someone like Saka taking it first. Saka's a good penalty taker, but he did miss at the Euro final, and we don't know quite how that's going to mess with his head. I feel like if he's on the field at the end of the game, I think Saka steps forward, and I think Saka takes one. But I don't think we should have him go in last. I mean, I think I'm right in saying it was Saka that stepped up like for that 5th penalty, and like that's so much pressure to put on someone his age to take not just take a penalty, but take a penalty that late into the actual shootout. So I would probably send up Saka first. I mean, who knows? I could be completely wrong with the psychology of it, but it does make me think like if you're going to have Saka take a penalty, have him take the least stressful one, and the least stressful one for me is the very first one. That's the one where like you're just kind of setting the tone really. So I would want to go first. Obviously, a little different if you are going first for your team and the other team take their penalty first. So you're taking the first penalty for, say, England. So let's say England, France go to the shootout, right? If I'm Saka and I'm taking England's first, really, I want to be the very first because I don't want any pressure of having seen the other penalties, right? I just want to get the ball, go over and take the penalty. You could make the argument that there's a bit of pressure on that to set the tone. I definitely understand that. But I think that at that point, I've seen people miss and their team still go through. So as a result of the pressure being off, I feel like actually that's probably the best, least pressured place to have someone like Saka. But I don't really want to take the first if like I have to watch like France take theirs. Because if France score and then I've got to go next, then it's going to be a case of like there is a bit of pressure then. Would you make your penalty? I probably wouldn't make my penalty, no. I probably wouldn't make mine. David says, let the keeper decide what we do next. Francesco said, Italy would have been really interesting in this tournament. Whatever you do, you don't want to shoot prematurely, says Rotem. Adam said, I would rather shoot first as well. When it comes to the shootout, we read that one. David said, I would rather shoot second. Right, we are just seeing some of the fan reaction on the news. All the England fans in the stands watching England and celebrating away as obviously England doing a great job against Senegal. There's a lot of excitement in this country, and we did just find out on the news that there was 19 million people that tuned into that match. 19 million tuned in for England's game against Senegal here in the UK. That's pretty good, to be honest. I haven't actually sat down and had a look to see how that compares to other matches that we've shown or other TV events that have happened. Let's see what the most watched are. I've got a feeling the most watched in the UK is about 30 million. Most watched TV shows or events in the UK history. Here we go. So 32.3 million watched the 1966 final between England and Germany. That is the most watched event. The most watched TV broadcast is that. The Apollo 13 moon landing, that was watched by 28.6. Isn't that amazing? More people in this country watched England, Italy in the final of the Euros than watched the moon landing. That's pretty amazing. There was apparently a documentary about the royal family that got loads of views in 1960s. That was watched by 30 million people. A 1960s documentary about the royal family. Then the funeral of Princess Diana, that was watched by 32 million. Amazingly, only, and I don't know how they work this out, but only 26.2 million people watched the Queen's funeral. 26.2 million. I feel like that's really low. I feel like that's really, really low. I don't really know why that's so low, because like there's royal weddings that got more views than the death of the Queen. So the death of the Queen is 10th place. Then we've got Boris Johnson's COVID announcement that got 27.1 million. Then we had a wedding of Princess Anne. Then we had the wedding of Prince Charles. Then there was an FA Cup game between Chelsea and Leeds in 1970. That got 28.4 million. The FA Cup in the 1970s was massive. Then it's Apollo 13. Then it is the Italy-England. Then it's the Royal Family documentary. Then it's Princess Diana's funeral. And then number one is the 1966 World Cup final. That was watched by 32.3 million people. And as we said, England versus Senegal, 19 million. That's kind of crazy. No idea. I mean, we're easily going to be in the 20-odd millions. 20-something million should watch England-France. Which is, I mean, like, massive. 26 million watch the Queen's funeral. 20-something million will watch England versus France. It's already, at this stage, at this quarterfinal stage, it's already starting to get near, like, our all-time top 10 most watched shows ever. It's just pretty incredible. The numbers are just insane. This country goes mental for the World Cup. Mental for the World Cup. I have no doubt that the World Cup final for 2022, if England get there, would be the most watched thing. I have no doubt about that. I think it beats the 1966 one. There's more people around now, isn't there? There wasn't as many people back in 1966. So I've no doubt that more people would tune in for this. Let's just have a look at the most watched in US history. That might be interesting. Most watched broadcasts in US history. It's all Super Bowl. You lot go Super Bowl crazy. So Super Bowl 2015 is the most watched. That got 114 million. 114 million. And then it's Super Bowl 2014. In fact, all your recent Super Bowls are right up there. Apart from, where's the 2022 one? 2020 is 12th. 2022 is not up. Oh, there it is. 2022 is your 11th most watched broadcast ever. 2022 Super Bowl was the 11th most watched. It did 101 million views. 2021. Oh, there it is. 2021 19th. So 2021 was 19th. 2020 was 12th. So they're all right. They're doing all right. It's not like they're like, all the way down. But yeah, you have got the only thing really that's in there other than Super Bowl, is MASH, Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen. That was from 1983, and that did 105 million. I think that's the final episode of MASH, isn't it? Did 105 million. That is mental. That is mental. The only other thing in your top 32 is the 2016 United States presidential debates. That got 84 million back in 2016. Other than that and MASH, everything else is Super Bowl for the US. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You crazy cats. So, yeah. 100-odd million for the final episode of something that's mental. MASH is right up there. But Italy would have been really interested in this tournament. Croatia going to be easy for Brazil. 11.2 million Americans watched the Queen's funeral. Did they? So I suppose a little bit lower than you would expect. I would have expected a good chunk of people to have watched. I think, there's, if you think about like Disney and princesses and all that kind of stuff. I sort of feel like the royal family and the whole tradition around it and the institution that's around it and everything. Like, I suppose in a way, like it's interesting to know like how that goes and what actually happens when a queen passes away and all this kind of stuff. So 11 million in America is lower, probably lower than I would have been expecting. I must admit, the 26 million in the UK is lower than I was expecting as well. I was definitely expecting more to tune in there, but even so, you know, it is what it is, and I think the World Cup is proven to be a rating success here in the UK. Probably just full of Super Bowls. 16.5 watched US against Netherlands, says David. Oh, that's interesting. That's quite low as well, in all fairness. I don't know why. I mean, I know that soccer's not that popular, but like, you do expect if a team is successful, people to maybe jump on the bandwagon. And I'm guessing that a good chunk of that 16 million are people doing that, and no shame on that at all, because that's exactly what's happening here in the UK. You know, there will be a lot that tune into the final that haven't watched any of the other rest of the World Cup if England get there. So, you know, it happens in every country. But I suppose with like 300 million in America, I suppose I'm surprised it wasn't more that tuned in for it. But, you know, it just shows that football, soccer has still got a long, long way to go in America. You have to remember there's about 65 million people in this country. So 20 million is about a third of our population watching. So nearly 1 in 3 people apparently sat down and watched England versus Senegal. One in three in this country. That would be the same as over 100 million in America. So it's already at a bit of a crazy level, as we said, and that will only go up as I mean, this France game is going to be hyped for a whole week now. It's going to be a mega number. David said World Cup group stages were up 10%. Hamad says it's going to be 4-2 to Brazil. David said it'll be interesting if Amazon Prime get the rights to the Super Bowl. Is that something that's in discussion, is it, David? Is that something that we're potentially looking at? Amazon Prime getting the rights to the Super Bowl? That would be interesting. James said team news is out and Neymar starts. Yeah, I believe it's the team we've got on screen with Neymar, Rafinha, Vinicius Jr., Richarlison, Casemiro, Paqueta. It's a really strong team. I mean, that forward line is just terrifying, isn't it? Neymar and Vinicius Jr., I think, could get into any team. I mean, Vinny might struggle to get into the French team because he is in the same position as Mbappe, for example. But even so, both of them absolutely fantastic. And then in Richarlison and Rafinha, you've got 2 really, really solid players, both at big club now. You know, Rafinha and Richarlison, both playing their trade over in Spain. So we are seeing big nations having plenty of Premier League and Serie A and La Liga experience. And obviously, you know, largely Brazil has been that way for a long time. But we've spoke a little bit about the Brazilian teams in the past having that kind of mystery and mystique. And it doesn't really feel like this Brazilian team does. There's a familiarity to this Brazilian team. Like, we know Rafinha. He was at Leeds. It's a bit strange because you do still look at Rafinha and think Leeds. I do. You look at Richarlison, you think Everton. I do. So you do kind of look at that. And I think that kind of humanizes this Brazilian team a little bit. Because before, you was looking at Ronaldinho and Ronaldo. And you was looking at like all these massive names. So it's a great front line. It's a scary front line with Neymar and Vinicius Jr. Casemiro has been amazing. I think he's been their best player. But I must admit, if England played this Brazilian team, I wouldn't be petrified. They'd be favourites. I'd understand they were favourites, but I would still give us a chance against this Brazil team. There isn't a team at this World Cup that really, really scares me. There isn't a team at this World Cup that I really think we're out if we play them. You know, I do think like we're going to struggle against France and we could go out. And I think we would struggle against Argentina and Brazil and we could go out. But I don't know that there's a team at this World Cup where it's like, we're done. We're dead if we play them. I really feel really good about where England are at the moment. I feel really good about where England are. I think I just wish we didn't make those mistakes at the back. I just wish we had maybe some two stronger centre-backs. I think if we had two stronger centre-backs, I'd be really confident. I'd be, not just that we could get past France, but that we could win this World Cup. If our two centre-backs were, do you know what I mean? Like Virgil van Dijk, Thiago Silva. Do you know what I mean? Like those kind of just big centre-backs that stand up, get the job done. Just an absolute wall. I don't feel that way about Maguire and Stones. That's the concern. But yes, let's see. Neymar might not be 100%. I don't know. He's obviously been out with a knock and he's sadly missed a fair few games. He's missed a couple of games and, you know, a lot of people said this was going to be his tournament and it still could be. You know, if Brazil win this this tournament, then I've got to think Neymar's played a part in getting them there. So could still be his tournament. True. I think France were clear favourites at the last tournament, says Francesco. Amazon Prime is going to broadcast NFL Black Friday games next year. Ahmad said the only weakness for Brazil are the fullbacks. Rotem said if Brazil, Portugal and Spain qualify, that means that the quarterfinals will consist of 8 of the 12 highest ranked teams in the world. Will we get an upset until then? I really don't know. I don't think it's happening here. I don't think this is going to be an upset. I mean, this really does look and feel like Brazil are going to get through and going to get through quite comfortably. I do look at tomorrow's games with interest. I am very interested in Spain, Morocco. I think Morocco have got potential to upset Spain. And Switzerland have always got potential to upset teams, and we've spoke a lot about them in recent tournaments. So if we are going to get an upset, I don't think it's here. It might come tomorrow. Good job to Croatia, says Paul. Yeah, they made it look easy. I mean, they had that one miss, but other than that, they made it look pretty easy. France is the team of this World Cup. They are unbeaten, says Dave. Yeah, they've probably looked the best, but there's been large periods where they haven't looked that great, and it's been down to Mbappe. And actually, a lot of the pundits are saying that if you look at that midfield of Tchouaméni and Rabiot, it's a midfield that you can definitely win a battle against. You know, if you look at Rice, Bellingham, Foden, Henderson, like winning the midfield battle is like quite important. And there is a real opportunity for England to win the midfield battle and actually get the better of Tchouaméni and get the better of Rabiot. And if Mbappe's not getting chances, not getting the ball, you know, it's going to limit the amount of goals he can score. Because you look at Mbappe and you're like, wow, he's just unstoppable, he's unplayable, blah, 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 blah. But you have to remember that I think, didn't he score like in the 70th minute or something? Like, it's not like he's just scoring goals every 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Like, he can go through large periods of time without seeing the ball, or when he does get the ball, struggling to get past the defender. Like, things have to go his way. Like, yes, he is able to beat people, but someone else tends to come in and, you know, double up on him, and he struggles to deal with that sometimes, and France can struggle to get the ball over to him sometimes, and obviously France are very highly skilled. And they are the favourites, rightfully so. But gotta tell you, man, I don't want to say that I think England are winning it, but I am feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about England getting through. I'm feeling really, really good about it. I do look at that midfield. I look at the midfield of France, and I do think that England's midfield can stamp their authority on that. And then you look at how clinical England have been. England don't create tons of chances, but they tend to put the ball away when they do. It is our defence. It is our defense. Our defense is the big problem. If France can get at us, I don't know how long our defense holds up. I don't know how long it's going to be able to withstand a French attack. I mean, you saw some of the chances that Senegal got, for example. So, yeah. I mean, England are going to have to be at their best. It's as simple as that, isn't it? England are going to have to be at their absolute best. They are going to have to really work as a team. They're going to have to give everything. And they're going to have to hope that luck goes their way. If luck is on France's side, that France go through. But if the luck is on England's side, I think England go through. There's we spoke earlier, there's a supercomputer that has predicted that it will be 52% France, 52% chance that France goes through. And there's a 48% chance that it's England that go through. So that's how close it is. There's 2% in it. 2% in it between the two teams. And there's been lots of thoughts as well about who should start and who should play. Lots of different thoughts on that. I think a back five makes sense. I think a back five does make sense. You do lose a little up top for that though, but honestly, I think you are going to need to keep it quite tight. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking a lot about that game this week because it is literally all eyes on that game. It is all eyes on that game. That is the big one. I'm sure there's people watching that aren't really too fussed about like England, and there's other teams that they're interested in. But obviously, for us in our community, that is massive. That is going to be like the biggest game, one of the biggest games I've ever seen. It's right up there. It's absolutely right up there. This is a quarter-final of a World Cup with an England team that definitely have a chance of getting through. So I am going to be unapologetically excited as we continue to build towards that game. Right, how long have we got? We've got half an hour to go until this one begins. And we will be underway with it very, very soon. Just putting a post out so that people know that we are live. Just putting a thing out because for some reason YouTube's not sending out like notifications and people can't find the streams and lots of fun drama. Shut some of these tabs down. Boom. Right, France is my team in the World Cup. They have been unbeaten, said Dave. I think Brazil were standouts until they lost to Cameroon, says Hamad. Paul says, good job to Croatia. Hamad said South Korea will put up a good fight, but they are going to come up short in the end. Sticky Bud said Japan made it easy for Croatia. They really did. I mean, honestly, the pressure was so off them when they stepped up to take those penalties. The pressure was completely off, and you just can't do that, can you? You just can't do that. You've got to keep that pressure on. And, yeah, they made it. You're right. They made it way too easy. I agree. It was tough for Croatia. France and Brazil are the two teams to beat right now, said Dave. Rotem said score prediction. I think I can see this being 2-0, 3-0. I think this is going to be very, very comfortable for Brazil. I think it's one of those where they just need to break the deadlock. They just have to find that initial way through. And they've got so much quality. They've got so many great players that can beat players. There is an argument that some of these teams in the round of 16 really shouldn't be here. There's an argument that some of these teams have only got here because they played weaker sides in their third game, you know? There was big nations like Brazil, like Spain, like France that were resting players. And that meant that teams were getting results against them that maybe shouldn't have. And that meant maybe that some teams were getting through that really shouldn't have. And I don't know. I don't know that South Korea are really a team that should have got through if everything was fair. I really don't know. So I think that they've got some weapons. Of course they do. They've got Son, for example, wonderful player. And they've got Hwang. There's some players there, but I just don't think this is going to be a problem for Brazil. And if I have to eat my words, then so be it. If I have to eat my words, if it turns out I'm completely wrong, then, well, brilliant. Because that must mean we've seen a hell of a game. So I'm quite happy to be wrong. Sunny, hello. Hope you are well. Brazil and France are going to disappoint millions, says Colin. When is France versus England? Is it on Saturday at 7? It is, yeah. This Saturday is monstrous. I really wanted to get that stream set up, but I just could not stay awake. I managed to get these streams done, set these up, and the ones tomorrow, but I couldn't get around to doing that. But we will get that done and set up as soon as possible. Of course, we're going to be live. We'll be starting coverage a couple of hours before the game as well. I think there's both of the... I think I'm right in saying that both of the quarterfinals take place on Saturday. So I think it's going to be England... I think it's England against France. I think there's 2 games that day. I actually don't know what the other one is. I know it's England versus France. And there is another quarterfinal that's on just before. I don't know if that is going to be the Spain-Portugal, if those 2 teams get through. That would be a bit harsh if it was. That would be a bit harsh because they haven't even played yet. They don't play until tomorrow. So that would be a bit harsh to make them play again on Saturday. So, don't know. I'd have to have a look and see like who it is that plays. But either way, Saturday we're doing both games. And one of them we know is England-France. Only the penalties. The rest of the game, Japan was winning. I feel Japan was winning, said Sticky Buds. Colin said, it will be my first and only time supporting England. I've got it as 4-1 Brazil, said Paul. I think the final will be Brazil-France, said Dave. Colin said Japan need to work on their legs. The penalties were weak. Hayden said, my prediction here is 3-0 Brazil. Undercover Manager said, the stream was hard to find. There's nothing I can do. I have no idea why it was hard to find. I mean, it does definitely kill the streams. I've got it pinned on the homepage. There should even be a live now section. So it shouldn't be hard to find, but it is for some reason. So yeah, very frustrating that these are proving difficult to locate, because obviously it results in a lot less people joining us than usual. There's just nothing I can do. It's we are just victims of the algorithm, I think. Will you do a live stream for tribute to the troops? I really don't know. I would like to, but it's not. It doesn't tend to get shown here in the UK. Argentina versus Netherlands is on Friday. I got a notification. Oh, okay. Well, at least there's some notifications going out, so that's good. That's good. At least that's a positive then. So at least some notifications going out. So Redemption, shout out to you. But yeah, it's one that's not. If you actually search for it, it's one that doesn't show anywhere in the search. It's a great mystery, the algorithm. I think it's all done on like. It's hard and it's like a vicious circle. You kind of need likes and views to get higher up in the search, but unless you're higher up in the search, you're not going to get the likes and the views. So it's a vicious circle. I had to click on the live option because I couldn't even find it on the homepage. God, so annoying. It doesn't. Oh God, I hate this update from YouTube. I really do. If I go on it, I can see it in like a live now section on the homepage. So it really doesn't make sense that it doesn't show on the live on the homepage. Really doesn't make sense at all. So I don't know. Will you do? Oh, we read that one. Argentina, Netherlands, I think is on Friday. Portugal, Switzerland versus Spain, Morocco. Are you doing Raw tonight? Yes. UK pubs are going to be packed on Saturday, said Dave. All UK pubs will be packed. Yep. Did you stream the game earlier? Yep. I've said it till I'm blue in the face. We do every game. We do every World Cup game. So if people can't find it, I just hope that they know that we are live. So yeah, we did the one earlier, and we're doing this one as well. As checked, and the stream is now on the homepage, says Hamad. Oh, it's just so frustrating. So frustrating. So, oh well, you know, it is what it is. 23 minutes to go then, and we will be going over to this game. The game will be kicking off. Let's have a look at... Play guide. Let's have a read of South Korea, 'cause I feel like we probably have, but... Right, the plan. So, the Taeguk Warriors are the first country outside of Europe and South America to reach 10 consecutive World Cup finals. In fact, there are only 4 other countries who have qualified for the past 10 tournaments. They are Brazil, Germany, Argentina, and Spain. South Korea are naturally happy to be in such exalted company, and we're looking forward to showcasing their talent in Qatar. But then on the 1st of November, disaster struck. The one player who could not get injured, Son, collided with Marseille's Mbemba in Tottenham's last Champions League group stage match. The next day, it was confirmed that he had a fractured eye socket. Terrible news for the player, the country, and the coach, who had worked on ways to get the most out of Son at this World Cup. Thankfully for South Korea, Son has since declared himself fit, so Bento will not have to rethink his whole system, which is 4-1-4-1 during qualifiers. It was a formation that worked well on the journey to Qatar, with the 2-0 win against Iran the highlight. But it proved insufficient in games against stronger nations, such as Brazil, Mexico, and even Japan. The group opponents in Qatar are Portugal, Uruguay, and Ghana. Son's injury is not only a problem for what Benito has got on his mind, as there are several players out of form. Hwang of Wolves, Hwang of Olympiacos, Kwan of Sangmu, are all out of form. To be fair, they have been playing poorly for some time now, and it might open the door for some younger members. So their star person, of course, South Korea, held its breath when Son had to come off in Tottenham's Champions League game at the start of the month. And their worst fears were pretty much confirmed the next day when it was revealed that he had a fractured eye socket. Son was always going to travel to Qatar, but it remains to be seen if he can play a full part. South Korea's captain was the joint top scorer in the Premier League with Mohamed Salah last season, and is considered one of the best strikers in the world, and also one of the greatest Asian footballers of all time. Son is famous for his combinations with Harry Kane at Tottenham. He ranked 11th in the Ballon d'Or in 2022, which is the highest ever position attained by an Asian footballer. Son credits his father, a former footballer himself, for his achievements in the game. I used to follow him to the pitch and watch him coach when I was a little kid, he said. He has done everything for me, and without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. They're saying that the unsung hero is Jung Woo-young, who has often been described as the former Swansea and Newcastle midfielder's heir. Young has been undervalued and criticised for his performances, despite the fact that he does a good job in a very difficult role. There is no alternative to him. Either way, he is ready to flourish against such players as Valverde, Partey, Bruno Fernandes. One advantage that the 32-year-old has got is that he has been playing already in Qatar with Al Sadd since 2018. So, Young Woo Young is, there you go, in that kind of holding defensive midfield role. They're saying that he plays a really important role for South Korea, and they don't have a replacement for him. Of course, Son just in front as well. But this is not a team, sadly, that is dripping with world-class talent. This is not a team that you would look at and, you can pick out like all the big stars, all the big names. We've got players that play. I mean, I'm just looking at some of the clubs. Freiburg, Sangmu, Real Mallorca for Kangin. They play in Korea, a lot of them by the looks of it. Wolves, obviously, for Hwang, Olympiacos, FC Seoul, Osaka. So he plays in Japan. Napoli. That's Min Jae. Min Jae graduated from Technical High School. He started his career at Hyundai Motors in June 2017, put in some brilliant performances. And after one season in Turkey, he joined Napoli, where he announced himself to his teammates with a Gangnam-style dance. Bet they love that. Made an instant impact, and he was named Serie A Player of the Month in September. So Min Jae at the back, centre of that defence. So I would say their spine is sort of interesting. But, God, against Brazil, they should just get tore apart, to be honest. They should just get tore apart. Wrestle Andy said, I'm tempted to change my captain to Richarlison from Messi. Neymar's back. Vinny's back. I tell you, if you do it, I'll do it. If you do it, I'll do it. Because I am in a need for points. I'm in a need to gamble. I'm at the point where it's not quite going my way at the moment. So I might have to take a gamble myself. If you've got a Brazilian defender, it might be worth. Do you know what? I'm doing it. I've done it. I've done it. I have changed my captain to Richarlison. So at least then I can watch this game hoping that he's going to bang in tons of goals. He's got Neymar back. He's got Vinny back. I've done it. I've rolled the dice wrestle with Andy. Legend Killer, hello. Shout out to you. I got notification, said Dark Angel. Right. Well, how long have we got? 16 minutes now. 16 minutes and we will be underway with today's big main event game. As he said, the one earlier, it was a close little affair. Didn't know quite what to expect. It was a little bit slow at times. It had some nice moments, though. So definitely had some moments. And we got the penalties. We got to enjoy a penalty shootout. It's just a bit of a shame that it didn't really lack much drama because Japan were just so rubbish. In all fairness, I think they'd given everything. I think they'd worked so hard and they'd been really impressive throughout the game itself that I think by the time they got to the penalties, they just didn't have anything left in their legs. And I don't think you can really blame them for that, to be honest. So, yeah, it didn't go their way. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one if it can get to halftime at about 0-0. I think if Brazil score early, I mean, honestly, name your number. If Brazil score early, this could be 4, 5, 6. Honestly, this could be 7. It could be anything. We saw Germany put 7 past Brazil, all those years ago in the knockout rounds. So, Brazil with a Neymar back in the fold. A Brazil that's got Vinicius Jr. back in the fold. Like a Brazil that wants to show and bounce back from that loss that they suffered in the final group game. Like, this is a Brazil that are going to want to show what they're all about, want to remind the world that this is their World Cup, Neymar's definitely going to want to show the world that this is his World Cup. So, yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an interesting one. Can they make it competitive, though, South Korea? It'll be interesting for as long as they do. For as long as they make it competitive, it'll be interesting. Right, we are just at commercial break, and we are going to be going over to the national anthems very, very soon. So we have got national anthems coming up. Wrestling Andy said, it's not giving me the option to change captain. Oh, well, I've done it. I did it. Why is it not giving you the option? Let's click on this. Fantasy. Fantasy World Cup. Let's see if I can show you what I did. There it is. So there's my team. I've just changed it over to Richarlison. Could I change it to... no, it won't let me... well, have you already changed it? Because I think James said to me that you can change it once. So I think you can change your captain, but you can only change it once. So I've changed it to Richarlison. If I wanted to change it to Marquinhos now, it wouldn't let me. So I think because you've already done it once, it won't let you. The thing is, though, WrestleLand, if it makes you feel any better, I wasn't going to change mine. But then when you mentioned it, I thought it was a good idea. So I've gone for it. And I can change it. So I don't know if it gives you any like satisfaction to know that if Richarlison scores loads of goals, that it's going to be really great for me. I don't know if that helps you at all. Does that help at all? I don't know. Please respond. It's not giving me the option for the change. Rage Kid said, Gambler. Bruno said, what was your reaction to Wonderboy Holland fight? No way I was staying up till 5:30, says Bruno. To be honest, I was feeling it. I mean, I agree. There was way too many fights on that card. Way too many fights. It was part of the problem as well was not that it was like so many fights, but there was just no time to get your breath. So we were like talking and watching the fights and all of that, and then boom, they're pretty much straight to the next one. Sometimes it wasn't even an interview because there wasn't time. You had to just like get to the next fight, and even then they didn't fit them all in. It was a 7-fight main card. I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, it felt like it was like too much, to be honest. It felt too much. I was burnt out by the time I got to the main event. So we were having to like properly dig deep. And it was a great main event. And I think it might be one of the best fights from a fight night in 2022. So, I mean, the fight was amazing. The action was great. But, like, could you really, really enjoy it as much as you would if you were fresh? I'd have to say no. I'd much rather watch that fight, like, being fresh. Part of it is my fault, though, because obviously I've watched 2 World Cup games. Then we did the Tyson Fury fight. And then we did this flipping marathon 6-hour UFC stream, which I think I'm still probably paying for now. Normally, those kind of things don't hit me on a Sunday. They hit me on a Monday. So I think I'm probably paying the price for Saturday today. So it was too much, to be honest. But it was a great fight. It's a great fight. I am 67th. I must have changed it before at some point, says Wrestle Andy. Yeah, are you 67th? I don't think I'm that far away from you, I am. Oh, I'm 44th. I've gone up a little bit. I don't know what sent me up. Perisic goal sent me up a little bit. So Perisic's goal has sent me up, but then I have dropped back down. I'm going to have dropped back down because I've just lost 7 points from Messi. I really need Richarlison to score now. This is high pressure for me now. I really need Richarlison to score. If he does go on to get a hat-trick, that will be amazing. That will be amazing, and it will all be thanks to you, Wrestle with Andy, because I was not going to make that change, but I am in a gambling mood. What do you think of Kylian Mbappe? What do I think of Kylian Mbappe? I think he is a fantastic player. I think he's strong. I think he's quick. I think he's got incredible finishing ability. I think that he is constantly dangerous. I think that he has got the ability to create something out of nothing. France can be playing awful, but if you get him the ball, he can do something. I think, though, that the same can be said for Bellingham. I think Bellingham is quick. I think he is strong. I think he has got the ability to create something out of nothing. So I think we're seeing something really special from Bellingham. I think Bellingham is sort of like is the future, and it feels a bit early to like be heaping so much praise onto him. But what we saw against Senegal from Bellingham was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. He is something so special. He really could go down as one of England's all-time greatest ever players, and he's 19. So I'm very excited around Bellingham. I'm very excited around Mbappe. It's going to be a hell of a match. Simple as that. They obviously do different things. I mean, look, Mbappe's finishing is much better than Bellingham's, but Bellingham has still got a shot on him, in all fairness. He's still got a shot on him. Full-on South Korean fan, says Louis. Come on. Yeah, it would be great to have Brazil go out, but I really do need goals from Richarlison. Like, I really need goals now, now that I've made that change. Daisy's no 2-pack. He can see changes. Very good. Here we go then. We've got Brazil and South Korea. Both teams lining up. South Korea are in the kind of red-orange type colour. And Brazil, of course, playing in yellow. Last time we saw Brazil, they were in blue, and it doesn't feel right, does it? It doesn't feel right. Are they going to win this World Cup? Is this the team that are winning this World Cup? The teams coming out now. They are. It's going to be national anthems, and then we will be underway with this one. We've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. There are the Brazilian fans. They've had 5 World Cups to celebrate. 5 World Cups to celebrate. And they've had just some incredible talent to enjoy and watch over the years. 5-4 Korea, Richarlison with all 4, said Louis. That's it, Louis. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Guys, you might as well go and pop the shops. Maybe go and visit some family. You could do the gardening for a few hours. You could take the kids out down the park. That'd be nice. There's lots of things that you can go and do right now because it's time for the longest national anthem I've ever heard in my life. The Brazilian national anthem. This thing is like a full-blown opera. Samba versus K-pop, says Rotem. Hayden said, time for the national anthems. Francesco said, I see no chance of an upset tonight. Listen, the only upset there's going to be on this stream is if Richarlison doesn't score, because I've gone big. I've gone big. There are some Brazilian fans. They've decided to cover their faces in glitter. It's quite the look. And there's loads of scarves being held up. It's time for the main events. Jesus, maybe Jesus, has gone 2-0. Dort Knight, hello. Welcome. We've got the Brazilian national anthem. Still going. Still going, guys. I'm amazed that Brazil are able to play after the anthem, you know. It's such a long anthem that even Neymar towards the end, like, got his hand on his heart, but he stopped singing. He's actually tying up his boot. Okay, now it's time for South Korea. I wonder what their anthem's like. I bet it's like, we are South Korea. We're better than the North. We are South Korea. North Korea sucks. I think it's something along those lines. We are South Korea, the real Korea. There's no better Korea than South Korea. North Korea sucks. We don't even recognize North Korea. Silly, silly North Korea. Let's go South Korea. It's something along those lines. And I also might have made all of that up. There is Son. in fine voice, the South Korean fans. I hope we get some drama in this game, said Dave. Steve said, I've got Rafinha and Son to score. Neymar booking 50-1. I hope that comes through for you, Steve. Mainly, although I do need you to expect and want a Richarlison goal as well. But as long as Richarlison scores, I hope all of that other stuff comes through for you. Rotem said Son equals Zorro. Yep. It's his son. Good luck says Jesus/Jesus. Right. We are about to get underway. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes. Dortnight just got in from work at the lap dancing club. Says that he is super tired. A lot of clients, was the Dortnight. A lot of clients. Busy. Were the sailors in. Around the outside said, I hope to God South Korea win, but I'm predicting 14-2 for Brazil. Jesus says 1. 1. You the twos, we the ones. Hayden says, at least you're here. That's all that matters for this FIFA World Cup match. Hayden, shout out to you. I hope you're well. Lovely shot of the stadium. This is the one that's built out of shipping containers. Brazil. It's a great team. Alisson back in goal. Louis, shout out to you. Edward. Dortnight says everybody was in tonight. Sounds like you were really busy then. Everyone was in. That's great. How was work as well? Obviously, Teles injured. Sandro injured. Injuries everywhere. Everyone's injured. Jesus is injured. Welcome, Louis. Welcome, Louis. Hayden says, shout out to you, Days. Yep. Looking forward to this one, bud. Our last game of the day, and then we've got 2 juicy ones tomorrow. 2 juicy ones with Spain, Morocco, and Portugal against Switzerland. Right, here we go. Can they survive this first half? That's the question. Can they survive this first half? If they can get to half-time still in this game, even if South Korea are only 1-0 down, by half-time they're still at least got a chance. Can they frustrate Brazil? Here we go. Neymar is out there, is ready to go, and this game is about to kick off. And we are underway. Louis said, I thought I would support you. I find myself here very regular, and I do enjoy what you do, and I appreciate it, says Louis. Thank you, Louis. It is appreciated. And I also find myself here quite a bit as well. No, it's good. It's really good community. I would love to get some members stuff going again, but it's just not been possible what with like the World Cup and everything. But we will try and get something done. Legend Killer said, let's go. Legend Killer is pumped. Legend Killer is ready. Are South Korea ready? About to find out. Jesus. Hello, mate. There is Titi, the Brazilian manager. Titi. Big fan of Titi. Guys, how do you feel about Titi? I'm a big fan of the Brazilian manager. Ball back with the Brazilian defender. Goes over to the left-hand side. It's being chased after by Vinny. I love it when there's substitutions and the players come off and they embrace Titi. I don't know about you, but I love watching the Brazilian players embracing Titi. I love watching that. That's a real highlight of the World Cup for me. That's a real highlight. Ball coming over to the right-hand side. I would love to see Korea pull this off, says Spencer. James has got Brazil 3-1. Steve said, just to put a quid on Richarlison. Yes! 30-1 just for you. I will split it if it comes in, says Steve. Come on, Steve. I mean, you don't need to do that, but I'll just be happy with the fantasy points. How was Croatia, Japan? Who was the best team in 120 minutes? Probably Japan. I mean, it was quite close. There wasn't really much in it. There wasn't really many chances. I think it ended with about both teams having 3 shots on target. There wasn't much. There wasn't much in it. But Japan more than held their own. More than held their own. Here's Son. Son going down the left-hand side, but nicely defended by Brazil. Nicely defended. You should be on a carry-on film. Oh, I'd love to be on a carry-on film. I'd love to be in a carry-on film. I've got the whole box set down there. Do you know what? I'm probably gonna watch Carry On film this Christmas. Don't know which one. There's one where they make toilets. For those of you that don't know what Carry On are, back in the 60s, they got a load of like comedians and famous actors and whatever and celebrities, and they did these like comedy films, and like each one was like Carry On Matron, Carry On, taxis, Carry On whatever, and it was all like a different theme, and they did about 30 films. I mean, they're proper dated now, proper dated. You'd probably watch them now, certainly if you're young, and go, what the flip is this? But yeah, there's a lot of like tongue-in-cheek. Carry On Camping's probably the most famous and the best. That's where they go camping. So that's probably like the most famous. But like, I can't remember. I think Carry On at Your Convenience, is it? Is that the one where they make toilets? There's one where they're a factory and they make toilets and they go on a day out, works day out. I've always enjoyed that one. Carry On Matron, Carry On Doctors, all those, pretty standard stuff. There's probably some that I've not seen, some of the older ones. But yeah, they're great. I'd love to be in a Carry On film, Martin. How did we not get a can they coexist storyline in this tournament? It's a great question. It's a great question. If only Vince was booking the World Cup. Right, Brazil on the ball. We're in the 5th minute. Carry On Camping, Carry On Matron, Carry On Abroad. Don't know, Carry On Abroad. That must be when they go on holiday. Carry On Abroad, 1972. It was the 24th film. Carry On Abroad. They go to a Spanish resort. That one looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, I remember it. And the place isn't finished. I remember that one. I'm just going to search best Carry On film. I've never really thought to do that, but what is the best Carry On film? Ranked. Here we go. Carry On Up the Khyber is regarded as the best. Carry On Camping is 4th. Carry On Camping, Carry On Doctor, Carry On Cleo, and number 1 is Carry On Up the Khyber. Maybe I'll have to watch Carry On Up the Khyber because it doesn't ring a bell. Carry On at Your Convenience is 7th. I do love that one. I do love Carry On at Your Convenience. Oh, well, there we go. I might be watching Carry On Up the Khyber this Christmas. Carry On and Your Convenience is the toilets one. Abroad is hilarious, says Undercover Manager. If anyone likes Carry On films, check out the Schmers Pod podcast. Schmers Pod podcast. There used to be a guy, he got in touch with me ages ago, and he was a lovely guy, Lovely, lovely guy. and he had a channel that I think was called Carry On Wrestling. Here's the ball being played in the middle. Back post. Brazil. Side-footed, and it's in. In 7th minutes. And it's Vinny. And oh my God, it's going to be a flipping massacre, isn't it? It's going to be a flipping massacre. Oh my God, Vinny scores. Vinny scores. They are just having a little look, I think. Is there concern about him being offside? Oh, they're all in a huddle, bouncing around. There's a good team spirit there, you know. There's a really good team spirit. This could be... Oh my God, we got a dance routine. We got a dance routine. Oh, I can't wait to see what Roy Keane makes of that. Second goal for Brazil. That's great by Richarlison. I don't know if Richarlison gets the assist. I hope he does. Please, come on, Richarlison. Get the assist. I don't think he does, though. No, I don't think he does. I'm going to be denied an assist, aren't I? Yeah, back post. He take. Oh, my God. That finish, it beats about 4. Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, and there's even a desperate dive-in head at the end to try and knock it away. There's a keeper and 3 players. It gets past all of them. And then even someone on the line like... Ugh. There we go. It is... they're off. And this is going to be a battering, I think. Here's Rafinha. Rafinha playing the ball down the line. Brazil just passing it around. It's Rafinha that got the assist. Rafinha got the assist. So Vinny with the goal. Rafinha with the assist. Rafinha assist, says James. Rafinha. That'll do. Might not be his name. It's close enough. Carry on up the Khyber sounds filthy, like a porno. They knew what they were doing, didn't they? James said, I captained Vinny. Follow that camel with Phil Silver is way funny. Brazil team is dancing. They are. They are. That is a good finish. Cool finish. Career is screwed. Yep. Yeoman said 1-0 already. Yep. It's Samba time, said Melissa Rose. You are looking at the world champions, 100%, said Francesco. Louis said 5-4 is still on. Come on, Richarlison. I need him to get a goal. I took a gamble on him. Neymar, weave him. Ball coming over to the left-hand side. Vinny trying to play in. Is that a penalty? Wow, it's a penalty. I think Richarlison just won a penalty. Oh, my God. This could be 2. This is a penalty to Brazil. Oh, my God. Oh, Korea. Oh, Korea. Yeah, look, he wins the ball. He goes down. It's Richarlison. Richarlison wins it. Richarlison should definitely be allowed to take it. Let Richarlison take it. Richarlison won it. Richarlison won it. He should be allowed to take it. Who's going to take it? It's going to be Neymar. Oh, it's not going to be Richarlison. Who's taking it? It's Rafinha. Oh, no. He gives it to Neymar. So Rafinha had the ball. He hands it to Neymar. Neymar is going to take this. Does Richarlison get the assist if Neymar scores? Here is Neymar. Neymar looking to make this 2 in the 12th minute. Penalty to Brazil. Oh, Oh, Korea. Korea. Here we go. Neymar. Can he score? I don't know if he gets the assist, if it's a penalty. I don't know. Ronaldo's taking it, said Martin. It's going to be Neymar all day long, said Dort Knight. Rafinha with the assist for giving Neymar the ball. Right, here we go. Neymar standing over the ball. Is he going to score? I can't imagine his penalty is going to be worse than those Japanese ones. Here we go. Little run up and... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It was worse. It was worse. How the keeper didn't save that. Neymar with a little run up, and then he side foots it, and it just seems to go. I think the keeper went this, like, mentally had gone that way. Ball's going there, and he just cannot. He's sort of like, he cannot change the weight. It can only be that. Because he just stood there as the ball just trickled past him. Neymar scores. Neymar. That was such a weird penalty. Dancing Brazil team. They love it, don't they? This is... Let's have a look at this replay. Look, it goes up. Dink, 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 dink. Bop. So the keeper is... Yeah. So what happens is the keeper gets ready to go that way. As soon as he realizes that it's not, he goes down to one knee and he just can't shift his body over and it goes in. It's just not, that's savable, that is. It's savable. It's hit with no power. It's like a child kicked it and it just picked the right way. What was that Korea goalie doing? Well, the thing is, when someone hits a penalty really hard, to stand any chance of saving it, you've got to pick a direction. So as they're running up, you need to look at the foot and go, I think he's going to go right, and just go. Because if he hits it really hard and into the corner, the only way you're saving that is by making that decision in that split second. So the keeper has done that, basically. He's looked at him running up and he's gone, he's going to go right. I'm going. But as soon as he's made that move, he's saying, actually, no, the ball's going left. And by that point, it's too late anyway. His whole momentum and his body weight is heading this way. And he can't turn it around to make that save. So it was one of those where he just picked the wrong direction. He picked the wrong way. And the frustrating thing is that Neymar didn't blast it. He just gently put it in the other. So it looks weird, doesn't it? It looks weird because the ball is moving so slow and the goalkeeper just looks like he's sort of standing there and at one point just kind of going down to a bit of a knee. And you're like, well, save it then. But it's I can understand why it happened. Right. Well... do I get points? That's what I want to know. Do I get points for that? Do I get points for Richarlison winning that penalty? World Cup. Let's have a little look. Who goes over and embraces someone in the crowd? Bang, bang. Don't think I do, to be honest. Don't think I do. He's on 4 points at the moment. Being robbed here everywhere I look. Carry on keeper, said Steve. Carry on keeper. The keeper had a circuit. Why would Days care if you are drunk or sober? Ball being played. Oof. South Korea have got the ball. Shot. Wow! Wow, what a shot! What a shot. That is a great save by Alisson. Bang! Oh my God, what a save. What a shot and what a save. That is going right into the top corner. That is a beautiful strike and a beautiful save. Ball back in. South Korea have just got to take pot. Look at that. They are. South Korea are trusting their striking, and they are taking shots from range. They're not faffing around with trying to get into the box and all of this. They're just trying to hit the ball. That is, oh God. Look at that, and it's dipping down. Oh God, every time I see it, it's so good. And you know what? As a keeper, that is so satisfying. That is so satisfying to be in the air and get a ball and be able to push it over. That is so satisfying. That's the good for a goalkeeper. That's as good as a goal. It's as good as a goal. Because it needed him to get to that. That was going in. So good. Right, 2-0. We are in the 18th minute. Come on, Richarlison. I think his first save of the tournament, that's how you know that you're a good keeper. Not 50 saves, says Tortnight. I think the FPL points are awarded for winning a penalty. Yeah, you do get it in Fantasy Premier League, but it doesn't look like you get it in the World Cup, which is just... I mean, I will be writing a very angry letter. Because at the moment, I feel like I've been robbed of an assist. Here's Korea trying to come away with the ball. Thing with Brazil is that they're going to be relentless. They're going to want to add to this. They're not going to sit back. They won't shut shop. They don't know how to shut shop. They're not a shut shop kind of a team. They are a team that are just attack. The problem with Korea is they, at what point are Korea going to think to themselves, let's just make sure this doesn't get any worse? You know, if Brazil score again, are Korea going to be thinking, let's just defend. Let's just get through this. Because really, now the game's done. I don't see Korea scoring twice. They might get a goal, and certainly if they're going to take shots from distance like what we just saw, I can't see them scoring twice. Brazil coming forward, ball coming out of play. You Brits have a sensitive sense of humour, says William. Long Beach Hippie said, Allison is my keeper in the fantasy team. How do keeper gets points? By not conceding. I think number of saves, but also by not conceding. Nadula said, let's go Brazil, scoring a goal that fast. Legend Killer says, come on Brazil. Dortnight said, I really think we need to create a community football team. Imagine that. Would be so good if we had a community five-a-side team. That would be so good. Neymar, ball in the middle. Oh, tackle there by South Korea. Trying to bring the ball away. Comes over to the right-hand side. Sung surging forwards. Ball is coming across. Into the middle. Good tackle there by Brazil. Lovely little link-up play there, but yeah... very open game, this one. Very open. Of course, Korea really have to try and get a goal. Really got to try and get back into this. Conceding one was horrific. And that penalty, I mean, well, it was a penalty. But now they've got to make sure that they get a goal just to get back into it. I mean, the next goal is going to be critical. We always say that when you're at 2-0, but if they go 3-0, I mean, I feel like the game's done anyway, but if they go 3-0 down, it really is done. 2-1, it makes things a bit more interesting. We're seeing the Brazilian fans in fine voice. They are loving what they're seeing so far. There's Richarlison. Can Brazil score more goals? Yes. Martin said, Days in goal, albeit left back in the dressing room. Yeah, that would have been so good if we did have a community team. We could even film the games and, like, put them up. Because I'd want everyone to see how amazing I am, of course. I'm sure there must be teams that do that. There must be five-a-side teams that do that. That, like, film their weekly games. Not all of it, not like, but just, like, highlights. Come on, Brazil. Score again, said Daniel. Dave said, I like how the fans cheer and dance. Does soccer have a mercy rule? No, but they might introduce one at some point during this game if it keeps going this way. It's going to be a throw-in for Korea. Nadula said, I'm going to go with 5-0. Moldy said, I'd be that keeper that ate the pie on the bench. Yes. Wasn't that in the FA Cup? And it was like someone was a substitute keeper. It was amazing. It was amazing. There was like Arsenal, I think it was, played someone. I can't remember the team, but going back a few years now. Do you know, that's one of those incidents that's so famous and everyone remembers it in the UK. But I bet if you looked at it now, it's probably like 2017, 2016. It's longer back than you realise. Feels quite recent, but I bet it was a while ago. And yeah, basically the sub-keeper was shown eating a pie. He was sat there watching the game eating a pie, and he was on the subs bench. It's amazing. I want to know when that was now. I'm going to have a little Google search. Goalkeeper pie eating. There he is. There he is. It was 2017. It was 5 years ago. Former Sutton United goalkeeper Wayne Shaw has been ball coming in, punched clear, has been fined £375 and banned for 2 months. Oh, I didn't realise there was a darker side to it, you know. I never realised this. The 45-year-old ate a pie during February's FA Cup loss to Arsenal after a bookmaker offered odds of 8-1 that he would eat a pie on camera. It was alleged that he intentionally influenced a football betting market. He denied that. And he said that he had it as a bit of fun. He had something to eat as a bit of fun. In no way did I put anyone in jeopardy. That's not the case. It's just a bit of fun and me being hungry. Wow, I didn't know that part of it. I didn't know that there'd been a bookies that had offered odds. Why would they do that? Why would they offer odds on the sub-keeper to eat a pie or eat something on camera? Why would the bookmakers even think to do that? But he did. And it was 8-1 as well. They don't seem very wide odds, do they? That one of their players would eat a pie on the subs bench. That random. There's a lot about that story that I didn't know. 2017, that was. Shot from, nice. Shot long way out. But straight into the hands of Allison. Looks like Allison's going to be busy. Korea have just enjoyed a bit of a spell in the game. We're in the 26th minute. 26th minute. Pie and bread. Pie burger. Sounds disgusting. Well, I don't think it was a pie burger. I don't think there is such a thing as a pie burger as well. Probably. Somewhere. Wayne is a legend around Tottenham, said Louis. Who ate all the pies. How do you fancy England's chances against Brazil? Well, Brazil would be favourites. Brazil are the team that I think could win this World Cup. I think that England would stand a chance, but Neymar and the ball goes out. England would stand a chance, but Brazil would be heavy favourites. I think it would probably be similar to USA against Netherlands. So Netherlands are favourites, but USA stood a chance, you know? But USA, you know, ended up going out. And I think that it would be probably similar, England versus Brazil. Let's go Neymar. I put £5 on the Korean keeper to eat a pie. I can't, but there's so much about that I don't get. Like, first of all, how would you ever make that bet? When do bookmakers ever offer odds on someone on the subs bench eating a pie? When's that ever a thing? I can only imagine that that's a bet that you specifically request. But if I'm a bookmaker and someone comes in and goes, what are the odds you'll give me on the one of the sub players eating a pie during Sutton versus Arsenal? Wouldn't you have questions? Wouldn't you be a bit like, why are you asking for them? Why do you want those odds? Straight away, I would be suspicious. And then they gave them odds of 8-1. 8-1. How do you even come up with those odds? How do you even work those odds out? 8-1. That means, like, you put $1 down, you get $8 back if they do it. I would feel like that would be like 1,000-1, you know? But perhaps they were like 8-1 because they were suspicious. I don't know. Corner to Brazil, 28th minute. Ball is played in the middle and cleared by Korea, edge of the area. Battling away, Rafinha playing the ball over to the left-hand side. It's dinked into the middle. Come on, Richarlison. Ball coming over to that left. It's kept in play here by number 7, Paquita. Ball is played back. Casemiro having a little look, dinking it forwards. Ball is up in the air, bouncing around. Richarlison has got it. It's juggling it away. Lovely work by Richarlison. Into Richarlison! Yes! Yes! Psh, psh. The gamble paid off. Richarlison scores. Goal for Brazil, but more than that. More than that. It's a goal for Richarlison. Ah, the dancing away. 3-0. 3-0, baby. 3-0, baby. That's big because that means that my gamble and the coach, they've gone over to Titty. They've gone straight out. They're dancing with Titty. That is great. Titty was having a little flop around. Look at that. On his head twice, 3 times. Dinks it back. Lovely control. Plays it forward. Comes back. Wow. Bang. Oh, some of them passes. Oh. Oh, they're probably winning the World Cup, aren't they? Ali McCoy said, I don't think you'll see a better team goal. So, well, I mean, look, it's exciting because I had Messi as my captain, and he scored a goal. So I needed Richarlison to score, so at least I haven't, like, botched it. But if he gets a second, then it was proven to be the correct decision. So I need him to get one more, otherwise I'm just pretty much back where I was. But at least I haven't gone backwards, so that's good. In the US, we would almost call this a blowout, says Heather. Yeah, the game's done. The game is definitely done. Any mystery around who's going through has gone, right? But now it's all about how many are they going to get. How many are they going to get? Silva with the assist. We've seen a few teams scoring 3 goals in these last of 16 games. No one has got to 4. Give us another goal, said Nadula. Scissor me daisy. Dancing titties. Yeah, we had Titty having a little dance. I originally had Richarlison before changing it to Messi. Before the match day began, said Wrestle with Andy. Well, there's no words, is there? There's no words. All I can say is I'm hoping Richarlison gets one more. But then we'll leave it at that, because then it starts to get a bit cruel. Then like life has dealt you a cruel hand there. Wrestle with Andy. What are the better odds? Pi to 1. Get it? Pi to 1. Pi to 1. Is that like 5 to 1? Pi to 1. I'll give you pi to 1. I don't really get it, to be honest. I don't really get it. I want to be fully supportive of your venture into the world of comedy, though. So I'm going to give you a round of applause. Pi, in all fairness, pi is a number, isn't it? Pi is a number. So, you know. One eye pie sounds attractive, says William. 3.1415 says Martin. Actually, I think you'll find it's 3.1415. What is pi? Actually, are you right? If it is 3.1415, then you're a nerd. I'm going to have a look. What is pi? Pi is 3.14159. Ah, nerd. Nerd. Martin's a nerd. Oh, my God. What are you doing around here, nerd? Square. What are you doing around here, square? Shouldn't you be working at the Hydron Collider, nerd? Here's Vinny cutting on the inside. Edge of the area. Coming over again. It's in the Korean penalty box. Edge of the area. Is a shot coming in? A shot does come in, but it's well wide. 316 says Bonkers. What? The joke's about the goalkeeper eating pie. Yeah, but I don't really get the pi to 1 thing. Pi to 1. It's like odds in it, like 5 to 1. But instead of 5, you said the word pi. And then I realised that pi's a number. And then we had a go at Martin because he's a nerd. What a nerd, said James. William said 3.1459. 9 rounds up to 3.146, which rounds up to... That's too much rounding up, innit? It's too much rounding up. You can't just keep rounding up. 3.15 is rounded up to 3.2. You can't keep doing that. You're making a mockery out of maths, and I will not stand for that. Martin will not stand for that. Ball going down the left-hand side. I'd rather throw my money in a furnace than buy Bitcoin. Oh, hello. Is that your life's motto? Rotem said, it's a joke about the goalkeeper eating pie, and pie is also a number. Yeah, I know, Rotem, but the problem is jokes have to be funny. That's the problem. Jokes have to make you... didn't quite achieve it, did it? As I've said, I'm here to support your venture into comedy. And it was a lovely attempt. Oof, just seeing a replay of that goal. Nadula said, give us another goal, Brazil. Legend Killer says, come on, Brazil. Legend Killer, I don't know if you're watching the game, mate, but they're killing it. I do agree, though. Come on, Richarlison. I'm definitely behind that. Here he is, look. Surging forward, ball coming over to the left-hand side. And again, get it into... edge of the box, and it's in, and it's 4! Oh, my God. It's not Richarlison. Oh, my God. There's nothing worse than seeing someone sad that's painted their face. There's nothing worse than seeing someone sad that's painted their face. Oh, my God. And now we've got more dancing around. Oh, they're killing him. They're killing him. It's a goal by Paqueta. That is his 8th goal for Brazil and his first at the World Cup. They're dead. Why is all these goals going in and only one of them's Richarlison? What's this about? It's a flipping disgrace. Is that Vinny? Is that the old Vinosaurus, is it? Okay, bang. I think it might be Vinny. Might be Vinny with the old assist. Paqueta puts the ball in the net and the home team extend their lead. The scoreline reads 4-0. Great play from Vinny to set up the goal. There we go. What is this going to be? What is this scoreline going to be? They're sending a message. They are sending a message. Gotta get back and defend. Actually looks a bit better, doesn't it? The other way around. I think I've probably had that colours the wrong way round for the whole World Cup so far. That just stands out a little more, I think. Well, Brazil are rampant. Yeah. That's because you don't know what pie is, just like Martin does. Nice. Fair play. That's a good burn. Korea needs to throw everyone behind the ball and just see this game through. This is going to go 5 or higher and ruin my prediction, says Heather. What was your prediction, Heather? What did you think? Moldy said, I beg South Korea to do Gangnam Style if they score. Hayden said Brazil is destroying South Korea. Brazil, stop it. They're already dead. Are all the Asian teams out now? Yes. Yes. It's a sad day for K-pop. Chan tries to get through, but no joy. I mean, how do you lift these Korean players at half-time? What the hell do you say to them? Could be 5. Guys, chin up. Could be 5. Come on, lads, chin up. Still single digits. Game is over for South Korea. They could hit double digits the way this is going. They are all out. Brazil think this is like Brentford versus United, says Steve. Yeah. They said they're trying to do man-for-man marking, and Ali said that that's brave, but it's actually bordering on insane. Richarlison's down. I just need a second goal for Richarlison. I don't ask for much. I'm just asking for a second goal. And my concern is that there could be a raft of changes at half-time. At least he managed to get one. I would like something more. Who will you be voting for at the next general election? Don't need to worry about it, mate, till 2024. Don't need to worry about it. I have driven 11 psychotherapists batty. I can believe that. Helen Hart is on the bench, ready to throw the towel in. Good old Helen Hart. Ball is in the middle. Gets knocked all the way back to the Brazilian defense. We're in the 41st minute. 41st minute. Nando's lemon chicken is really tasty. Okay. What have United ever done for people to get abuse off people? Won loads. Won everything. Been the best goddamn team. That's what they've done, James. Ball gets played back to the Brazilian defense. Richarlison goal has been given to Romero. Do you mean Ronaldo? 42nd minute, trying to find a way forwards. But Korea, they're not going away. They're still playing. They're still battling. Brazil are... I feel like this flatters them a little bit. I mean, they've only had 4 shots on target and they've scored all of them. Their expected goals is 1.96. Son is down. Son is down. Give it up, Son. The game's done, mate. You've got a broken eye socket. Do you know what I mean? Have a holiday, mate. Just to practice now. I'm worried for England, but I will be pulling for them. Well, thankfully, England don't need to worry about this until the final. Got a long, long way to go. So we'd have to get past France and we'd have to get past potentially Spain. So this is why I'm so pleased that Brazil are on the other side of the draw. I knew Brazil was going to win, but I didn't think I was going to witness a murder. Nadula said, my prediction is 5-0. 1 goal every 10 minutes. Right. Brazil are just passing it around at the back, and it looks like Korea have gone into a 4-4-2 shape. They had every player behind the ball. If Korea can just get 4 goals, they're right back into this. They're right back into this. They just need to find 4 goals. Ball being played into the middle, and Brazil got numbers behind the ball. Ball coming over to the right-hand sides. Lovely long ball forward, headed out from the back. I bet Cameroon are watching this going, we beat this Brazil team. Stupid South Korea. Yellow. There's a yellow card shown for a South Korean player. Oh, man. Imagine if they get down to 10 men. Imagine if, like, a South Korean player gets sent off. Half-time, I wouldn't be surprised if the Korean coach tries to bribe the refs. Wait till Brazil play a decent team, said Turkish chili sauce man. What are the odds of Korea coming back? I bet they must be like 2,000 to 1. Yeah, it must be. I wouldn't even touch those odds. Okay, we've got the ball with Korea. Looks like it's probably going to be 4-0. I don't know how much added on time there's going to be. But that front line has just been devastating for Brazil. As we said, like 4 opportunities, 4 shots on target, 4 goals. England could beat Brazil, said Turkish chili sauce man. Oh, no. There's a little break in picture, but looked like there was something wrong with the feed. The Korean officials are trying to get the feed taken down. Ball in the middle. Again, they're away. They're countering. They counter with such devastation, Brazil. Ooh, edge of the area. Back. And it's, shot and goal. Brazil do get a shot, but the keeper makes the save. So, there we go. There was a shot on goal. Keeper makes the save. It's going to be a throw-in. Rafinha. Yeah, it's true. Should have passed. I think was that Richarlison that was in there. Richarlison trying to get on the ball. Ball going down the line. I tell you what, Croatia must be looking at this thinking, oh my God. But Croatia, they are wise. They are wise. They are a team that know how to cause some problems. Yeah, Richarlison's right in the middle. Why didn't he just flip him, play it into the middle? He's just determined. This Brazilian team are determined for me to not get extra points. Coming over on that left-hand side. In the middle. Just. That was great work by Vinny. Great work by Vinny. Knocks it in towards Rafinha. Rafinha couldn't get on the end of that. Oh. Yeah, it's true. He puts his foot up here, and Ali's like, why didn't he just use his head? Why didn't he just use his head? 5 added minutes. We've had 2 of those 5 already. I'm excited for Portugal against Switzerland. Tomorrow's game's going to be fire, man. Tomorrow's games are going to be so much fun. They're really close. I mean, I don't know what to expect from Morocco and Spain. I have no idea what to expect there. I expect Spain to win, but I don't know how that game goes or how it looks. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. And then Switzerland can absolutely upset Portugal. Ball played forward, edge of the area, some trickery. No, got away from him. Got away from him. So Neymar was doing a little bit of trickery, but couldn't create the space needed. McCoist is still saying that they're crazy for going man to man. But they said that Brazil is sending a message. Would you rather they send Vinny in a bottle? Is that wine? Sorry, it was good, that was. Rage Kid said 1-1 Spain, 2-1 Portugal. Look, you've made Sonny cry now. Here we go. Surging forward. Shot comes in. Save. Oh, that was Richarlison. Richarlison surging forward, takes a shot, and the keeper saves it. Oh. Honestly. It's unbelievable. That should have been 5. England-Morocco would be a great semi-final, says Peter. Andre versus Big Show. That should have been a goal. Not Miss Fussy Therapist. I don't understand the obsession with Daisy's hat, says Dortnine. Ball coming over to Korea. They're on the edge of the Brazilian area. Back post up in the air, headed away. If Korea get a goal right now, nothing changes, to be honest. Nothing changes. Doesn't really make a difference. 4-0, 4-1. Here's Richarlison. Okay, Richarlison goes down. He was well away from the goal. Here we're just seeing a replay. Look, he picks it up on halfway line, surges forward. Takes the shot. It's saved. And Vinny is really upset. Ali McCoist is livid at some of this Korean play. He's like, how can you allow Richarlison to pick up the ball at the halfway line and go towards goal and get a shot off? Why has no one stopped that from happening? They said we've just witnessed the most eye-catching half of the World Cup so far. Yeah, you certainly can't say that's boring. You certainly can't say that's boring. That was quite the performance from Brazil. But it has to be said, really poor by Korea. I mean, this is, it's great for them to get out the group. It's great for them to get to this stage, but they don't belong here. What's the backstory behind your beanie? Is your hair that bad, says Elon Musk. It's not that bad. It's just long. Well, it's not even that long anymore. But when it was long, I just couldn't be bothered to put product on it. So, it's nothing exciting. It's just that I couldn't be bothered to get up and put hair gels in and all of that kind of stuff. So, boom. At halftime, Brazil 4, South Korea 0, says Legend Killer. Message in a bottle, genie in a bottle equals Vinny in a bottle. How? How does it equal Vinny in a bottle? Vinny in a bottle, I guess you're tired. No. How? I don't get it. Vinny in a bottle? What? I mean, I know who Vinicius Jr. is. But what's him in a bottle got to do with anything? I don't... Rotem, you're trying, mate. You're trying. You're trying. You're digging deep. You're working hard. You're putting the effort in. I love to see that. Sometimes if things don't land, and trust me, I more than anyone else know this, that sometimes if jokes don't land, you leave them. You let them go. You let them into the ether. You let them escape into the wild. Lee said, what's all the likes for the stream? Sort it out, says Lee. Sonny said, that was only the first half. Watson said, Ali McCoist commentating on a Brazil game is the thing we never knew we needed. Do you know what? I don't know if you saw the video, but Bellingham loves Ali McCoist. Loves him. He was talking to TalkSport and he was like, man, I love Ali McCoist. Like, I tried to tune in and listen to his show on TalkSport all the time. And they actually got Ali to like record a message for him. He was proper made up with it. Like, Ali was like, how you doing, mates? I can't do the Scottish accent. I can't do it, but I'll give it a go. How you doing, mates? Great to speak to you. Like, you and the lads are doing really well. It's good, isn't it? It's like Edward's in the room. And it's like, keep up the good work, mates. Like that. That was a Scottish accent. For those that are in any doubt, that was a Scottish accent. Hey! How you doing, mates? Keep up the good work with the lads. I'm very pleased. Very, very pleased with that. He sent him a message. And he was proper made up with it. Proper made up. Pete says, tell us more about Wolverhampton and what makes it amazing. Tell you more about Wolverhampton and what makes it amazing. I mean, I've worked and lived in Wolverhampton. I don't know that I've ever described it as amazing. They got a really nice music venue where they have big acts. They had Arctic Monkeys play there when they had their first album come out. I've seen a few bands play at the Civic. It's known as. It's quite a big music venue. It's not like big, but it tends to get good bands. So I would say that's good, that it's got a good music venue. It's got quite a nice shopping centre. I mean, it doesn't really stand up to like anything worldwide, but it's clean. It's nice. It's a decent size. It's got some, I would say it's got some good shops in it, but some of them have closed down now. They used to have a shop that was, I think it was called MVC, and that was a music shop. And it was one price to just buy a CD, but if you was a member, there was a member's price. So that was like a really weird shop. It had two prices everywhere. Like, if you wanted to just buy it, this is how much it is. But if you joined our membership, you got it for like cheaper. I always found that like a really weird, quirky shop. There's no other shop I've ever known do that before. Never known another shop have two separate prices. So that shop was always a fun one to go in and have a look around. I think it was free to join. I don't really get it. I think it was free to join and be a member. And when you did that, like all the prices went down to the members ones. I don't know. I was young, but they had one of them. They don't even have that anymore. So, and that's the only place I ever saw that shop, but it was a chain. So I think I'm sort of struggling to give you reasons as to why Wolverhampton's amazing. I mean, it's got lovely people, and it's got a big football club, and that's about it, really. That is about it. Tesco's does that, says Lee. Tesco's does that. No, they don't. You don't go around Tesco's with two prices on everything, do you? They might have, like, they have Club Card where you can get some money back, maybe. But they don't have it where, like, the meat is £5, but if you're a club card member, it's £3. Maybe they do it on like selected items. I don't know. I don't go to Tesco, to be honest. But I have been in Tesco. But this was on everything. All the prices were 2 prices. I've seriously never seen that before. It's called Tesco Club Cards. Game is over, said Bonkers. Game's pretty much over, yeah. Game's done. I love the Civic. Front row, Matchbox 20, says Steve. Yeah, Civic's great. Civic is great. I'm trying to think what bands I've seen at the Civic. I never went to that Arctic Monkeys one, but I wanted to go. I did see Anthony and the Johnsons. It's all right. I liked a couple of the tracks, and so I went along to that. It was all right. I think I saw Block Party there, but I can't remember. It's annoying, that is, because I've been to loads of gigs there, and I just can't really remember any of the bands. But they do have big bands. It's if someone's going to come to the UK and tour around the UK and do like a venue that holds, I don't know how many it holds, about 1,000, 2,000, something like that, then that will be on the circuit. Civic capacity. Let's have a look. I'm going to have a look now. Wolverhampton. More than I thought. 3,000. Oh, no, 2,000. What's this? Oh, okay. If you add everything together, because there are a few separate rooms. So if you add all of the rooms together, you get 3,000. If it's just the Civic on its own, then it's 2,000. It said it's been one of the most notable live music venues in the country for several decades. There's an article here. The night that Nirvana came to Wolverhampton. What? Celebrities from Nirvana, famous faces that have signed guest book at Wolverhampton Civic Hall. Did Nirvana play at Civic Hall? Okay, I know this is like really boring for people, but this is sort of kind of interesting for me. Civic Wolverhampton. If Nirvana played there, I had no idea. Nirvana live in Wolverhampton, 1991. There's a YouTube thing. Nirvana live from Wolfram Hall in 1991. Nirvana set list. What? That's amazing. Nirvana played Wolverhampton in 1991. They opened with Jesus Wants Me for a Sunbeam. It did Smells Like Teen Spirit, All Apologies, Lithium, Something in the Way, On a Plane. Amazing. That's amazing. What a venue it is, man. What a venue. Cool. Stysap said, do you agree that Hulk Hogan entrance was the best? No, I'd go Undertaker with the best entrance. Steve Bull. Well, he's a legend in Wolverhampton, isn't he? He's definitely a legend. Slade as well. You look like my neighbour. I never knew my neighbour was doing streams, says Zack Ryder fan. Yep. Even neighbours do my Boom. Rotem said, read this. You said that Brazil is sending a message. Oh my God, why are we still stuck on this? You are sending a message in a bottle. Genie in a bottle. Vinny in a bottle. That's pretty much it. Okay. Very good. I'll give you a kid's cheer. Yeah. Peter said, is it a little bit late to learn programming at 65? No, it's never too late. Programming would be a good thing to learn, actually. I'm just imagine that would open a lot of doors for you. Lee said, my mum went to see Nirvana at Reading Festival. That's really cool. That's an iconic gig. They even released that on like DVD and everything as like its own thing because it's so iconic. So yeah, that's really cool. Christian Power said, I'm on minute 45. I'm having a croissant with bacon, egg, and cheese. I'm having a hash brown biscuit and an iced coffee. Sounds like the dream. I don't know why you're on minute 45, but even so, even if you are just that little bit behind, sounds like you're having a great time. So shout out to you. Brazil haven't played anyone decent yet, said Jellyheads. Undercover Manager says, let's just move on. Yeah. Let's move on from all those conversations, including the Wolverhampton Civic, which is going to appeal to no one. Like, literally no one on this stream that's watching right now is going to give a flip about the fact Nirvana played that venue. So we are going to move on from that. Rotem said, I'm just putting a smile on a face. Done. Job done. Tick. Stysap said, guess the country I'm from. You are from... Wakanda! That's where you're from. I thought I was smart, said Dortnight. Just remember, neighbour, if there's a hole, there's a goal. Keep smashing it. You're my father figure. Is that Ryder fan? Shout out to you. Was that some advice I gave you when you was young or something? Because that does sound like the kind of thing I would say. Where there's a hole, there's a goal. Now back to school. Guess the planet I'm from, says William. We've all been trying to figure that out for a while, William. Uranus. Is it that one that everyone calls Uranus and then they giggle about it? It's actually pronounced Uranus. A lady once asked me to go to a Nirvana concert once. I asked her, what should I wear for the date? She said, come as you are. Now there we go. Right, on Saturday, England versus France. Yes. 7-1. Their biggest win and their biggest loss was 7-1. Richarlison making his way back out onto the field. Neymar's got his arm around him. More goals. They said, what do you do in the second half? And they said, well, just go for more goals. Just have a few more goals. I don't think the planet that William on has been discovered yet. Here we go. Second half. Boom. We're underway. Christian Power said the World Cup. England defeated West Germany to win the 1966 World Cup. Who remembers World Cup Willie? William, hence he does. Here's Brazil. Shot comes in and the keeper makes the save. Keeper makes the save. So we are 20-odd seconds into the second half. And the goalkeeper makes the save. I come from the land of the great Carly. Ireland. You come from Ireland. Wow. That's awesome. Stacey Sap Gaming, shout out to you, my friend. Stacey Sap is #1 Irish supporter in this community. So, Stacey Sap, shout out to you. Where's your Lucky Charms? I bet you hear that all the time. Steve said, Kurt Cobain said he took inspiration from Noddy Holder. His career, just wide. Just wide. Damn it. I think this game is going to end in a shutout, says a shootout. You're Indian. An Indian living in Ireland. That's kind of unusual, but it's happened. So shout out to you. Dick, hello. Welcome. You're going to fit in very well. I predict the game will be a shootout. Rotem says 4-4 incoming. Well, that comeback might be on the way right now. Here's the corner. Ball, I can't even talk. Ball whipped in, but doesn't land to anyone and ends up going straight out of play. That's going to be a goal kick. The comeback is not on yet. What a save by Alisson. It's very good. Very, very good. Son, bang, right off the shoulder. That was going in as well, wasn't it? That was going in. But they didn't get anything from the corner. So we are back underway. Austin, welcome. Bonkers says, I am from the land down under. Same as Dick, actually. I think Dick is as well. Okay, we've got the ball being brought out from the back for Brazil. Korea is still working hard, you know. They're still trying to press and close down. I mean, they're fighting for pride, aren't they, now? Ball going over to that right-hand side. And it goes out of play. I have acquired a craft dinner. I almost burnt myself from the steam in the bowl, said Sonny. But I'm from a planet where I give 0 Fs, says James. Come on, Brazil, said Nadula. Dortnight said, people laugh at me when I say Alisson is the best keeper in the world, but I wouldn't swap him for anyone at Liverpool. Well, he already plays for Liverpool, so you don't need to swap him for anyone at Liverpool. You've already got him, mate. Silly Billy. Ball is over on the left-hand side as we come into the penalty box. Vinny trying to find a way through. That's overhit, though. Almost makes it through to a Korean player, but they do get it. Still struggling to get out of their own half, though. We're 4 minutes into this second half. My prediction for the World Cup final, it's going to be Argentina versus Brazil. These nations are legit favourites to win the World Cup. Well, it can't be. Argentina, Brazil are on the same side of the draw, so that would be a semi-final. They can't face each other in the final. So it's going to have to be one of them versus England. That's what it's going to have to be. The ball is over on the right-hand side. Oh, tries to get it into the middle, but no joy. Brazil looking. They still want goals. We want goals as well. 4-0. I started following when I saw your reaction to the Great Khali debut. He was amazed seeing his size. Yeah, he's amazing. Amazing size. We have had, like, obviously a few giants in wrestling. I think the Great Khali might still be the biggest. Great Khali might still be the biggest. It is amazing. Great Khali. Let's have a look, see how big he is. He is 2.16 meters tall. How big is a moss? Is he bigger than 2.16? He is, oh God, 7'3". What does that mean? What is 7'3" in meters? 2.2. Ah, a moss is just bigger than the Great Khali. Just bigger. So it must be that Khali's like 7'2", something like that, and Amos is 7-3. It's amazing, though, isn't it? I didn't know this. Apparently, Amos was trained by Kevin Nash and Chris Hero. Born in Nigeria. Yeah, I never knew that. Fluent in English and French. PW Pro Wrestling Illustrated put Amos as the 120th best wrestler. The 120th. If you want to know how much of a joke Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the PWI 500 is, just literally look at the fact that Amos is the 120th best wrestler. I think I could find another better wrestler called Amos than like just having him at 120. Right, this is a little bit of intensity has come out of this game. We're in the 53rd minute. I think Andre the Giant was taller than Amos. No, I don't think he was, actually. I don't think Andre got to the 7-foot region. Andre the Giant was... Oh, it lists him as 7'4", to be honest, but I don't think that's correct. I've got a feeling that he was actually 6'10", and they tweaked it. Uh, 2.4 for Giant Gonzalez, by the way. 2.4 for the Giant Gonzalez. Says here that Andre measured 6'9" 3/4 according to Dave Meltzer. If he was face to face with Amos would be bigger. Shot there by Brazil, but it's a good save. Brazil continuing to put the pressure on, and the shot goes wide. Christian said, to be the greatest wrestler of all time, you have to have the championships, the epic battles. That's what makes you a great wrestler. I'd hate to be that tall. The toll on the body is heartbreaking. Andre was in so much pain. Giant Gonzalez was 8 foot tall, said Long Beach Hippie. I don't read much Pro Wrestling Illustrated because they don't know what they're on about. Naming Amos the greatest is a joke. Well, they said 120. In all fairness, that PWI, it's done by, what are you in WWE? If you are, then you're going to be on there. It's not actually done really by your wrestling ability. It's done by what you have achieved. So it's more ranked that way. So, like, Amos being in there is in there because he's in WWE. If he left WWE, he would plummet down the rankings. So it's not really on ability, but a lot of people think it is. Ball being played forward to that front line. No joy for Brazil. Where's Hornswoggle? Under the ring. Korea is at least trying now. That's all that matters, says Heather. Well, they're trying to make put an effort in. They're trying to get a bit of respect, aren't they? But 4-0. I mean, it honestly looks more likely like Brazil getting a 5th. But it is true. Korea are trying. There's Vinny, ball in the middle. Neymar goes down and he's won a free kick. So free kick just outside the penalty area. There was a little shove into Neymar. Neymar winning a free kick in a very interesting position. Definitely could take a shot from here, and it's definitely shooting range. Definitely shooting range. So the Brazilian players standing over the ball. Let's have a look, shall we? Neymar. Casemiro's having a word. Has he done that there? There was something on Neymar's nose, and Casemiro just went like that and took it off his nose. I mean, that's caring, isn't it? That's caring. Right, we've got the four-man wall for Korea. Rafinha is on the ball. Neymar on the ball. Neymar, he definitely is going to shoot. Oh! It's actually Rafinha that took it and he fluffed it up. That was a surprise. I really thought that Rafinha was going to run over the ball and fake out the wall. I think maybe they might have done that to because I think the wall would have been like, okay, Neymar's taking it. So perhaps they tried to catch him out. Either way, they won a corner. Ball is being played in, headed out there by Korea. Ball is halfway line. Come on, Richarlison. The Rock is promoting the XFL, so he won't be a contestant for the Rumble. So I am going with Cody, said Christian Power. Giant Gonzalez, 7-6. Just a reminder, puns and jokes mean to put a smile on your face, says Rotem. Shout out to you, Rotem. Comedy is always welcome here. Stefan Struve, 7 foot. Struve is former UFC contender, tallest fighter in the history of the promotion. Ball being played in by Korea. No one in there, though. Goes to the back post. Almost at the hour mark. And to be honest, I mean, I don't know. Are Korea just hoping that this game ends? I mean, they're fighting and working, but they run as much of a risk of conceding a fifth as they do a score in their first. They are trying, though. Let's Killer, welcome back. We'll be getting an appointment made soon to have my back checked out, says Sonny. Ball is in the middle of the park for Korea, playing it over to that left-hand side. Ball is being sprayed over to the right, brought down by Korea, dancing away on the inside. Korea have got the ball. Son trying to find a through ball, but it's intercepted by Brazil. Can they break? Trying to break it is Vinny. Vinny's got the ball. Vinny, ball in the middle. Tries to play Vinny back on, but well defended there by Korea. Well defended. Comes straight back, though, to Neymar, I believe. Goes all the way back to the Brazilian defense. Got half an hour left to go here. Who is getting the golden boot, said James. Well, it looks like Mbappe, doesn't it? He's on 5, and I don't think there's anyone on 4. So I think there's a whole raft of players on 3, but I don't think there's anyone that's on 4. Let's have a little look. World Cup golden boot. World Cup golden boot. It is Mbappe on 5, Messi, Giroud, Valencia, Saka, Gakpo, Morata, and Rashford on 3. Richarlison might have moved up to 3 now with his goal here. I think he has. I think Richarlison has gone to 3. But that's it. So yeah, I mean, he is. He's got a little gap, hasn't he, at the moment? There's a little gap. If someone told me to improve my diet, I would punch them in the face, said James. Yeah, I mean, with half an hour to go, this has stopped being a contest. There's not much really coming from the commentary team either. There's not really a great deal going on. Korea are looking to try and get back into this, but I mean, they ain't going to find 4 goals, are they? And with 15 minutes gone, I mean, I think Brazil might start looking at some changes now. Here's Brazil surging forwards. Ball coming over to Neymar. Cutting on the inside. Nice. Could this be 5? Good save. Good save, in all fairness. That's a good save. Good save by the Korean keeper. Rafinha trying to get another goal. Good save. 62nd minute. Come on, Richarlison, said Nadula. Alves coming on them. Dani Alves. So we are seeing Militao coming off. Militao coming off. Dani Alves coming on. It stopped being a contest after about 20 minutes. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So he was at risk of another yellow, so that's why they've done that change. It's not going to change anything. It's a corner to Brazil. Loads of red shirts in the box. I think everyone is back here as the ball is played in up in the air and it's headed clear. Son. Oh, it's given away. Richarlison trying to pull it back. No joy. Brazil have still got it, but referee blows. That's going to be a free kick. Come on, Richarlison. I mean, I haven't lost anything by changing over to Richarlison, but I don't think I've gained anything either. I'm just having a look right now. See what the situation is. I gained a couple of points. I don't know how. Messi scored 7 so far. Richarlison is on 9. Richarlison is on 9 points. I don't know what he's done to gain a couple of extra points. Oh, he won the penalty. So I did get something for that. Yes. So he's played 62 minutes. You get a point for that. He got a goal. You get 5 points for that. He's had 2 shots on target. There's a point for that. And he won the penalty. So he got 2 points for that. So it was worth changing. At least it was worth changing. Another goal would be nice, though. Another goal would be tasty. Big Show, Yokozuna, sumo match, says Sticky Sup. Thing I miss most in wrestling is when I never had an idea as to who was going to win the Rumble, said Steve. North Park said it's not a shock. Brazil are winning by a mile. Korea qualified just because of that win against Portugal's second team. To be honest, that's very true. That is very true. You need to get some food before tonight, says James. It's Brazil again. Come on, Richarlison. That's the good thing about like when you play the fantasy game and you've got people playing. Like even now where the game's dead, I can still sit here being like, come on, Richarlison. Ball is played over to the right-hand side, down the line. Is that offside? Is he onside? Looks like Rafinha. Pulled back. Oh! Flag. Now the flag's gone up. Now the flag's gone up. Richarlison was charging in, but the flag was up. Seeing some good work by Rafinha and Neymar and Vinny and Richarlison. That front line looks hungry. It does look hungry. I'd say it's hungrier than England's. You know, Saka. I feel like England's... I don't know. England's isn't hungrier, but I think England's... I don't know. I was going to say it links up better, but I think theirs does a great job as well. I mean, Vinny with the assists... Rafinha with the assists. Neymar can score and create. I mean, like, it's a great front line. It's a great front line. Ball is coming over to the right-hand side. England's of, like, Foden, Saka, Kane, and Nicely cut out there. Foden, Saka, Kane, and then a little bit of Bellingham, maybe. Don't know how that matches up to Richarlison, Rafinha, Neymar, and Vinicius Jr. Have you seen the sad news about Barry Windham? Yes, James mentions. James said we need another supermarket brawl, but it needs to be a cinematic match. Ball coming over to the right-hand side for Korea. It is Morocco versus Spain tomorrow. Morocco versus Spain. I wonder if a game should just end. If you get to 5, it just ends. If you're winning 5-0, that's it. Done. Automatically ends. Doesn't matter how long's left on the clock, it's just done. I wonder if that would how that would change football. Do you think like teams like Brazil would just try and do that as quickly as possible? Ball is played in. Shot comes in. Good save. Oh, Son, ball up in the air. They're battling. That was a great save again by Alisson. Tell you what, Alisson's surely going to be getting you points. I mean, in fact, I've only just realised I've got Alisson. Yeah, didn't even realise that Alisson in goal. Alisson has managed to get 7 points so far. So he's got 1 for playing 67 minutes. He's getting 5 points for a clean sheet at the moment. That's a big 5 points. And he's got a point for 4 saves. Daddy needs these points. Daddy needs these points. Daddy needs these clean sheet points. Yeah. I could do with a clean sheet and I could do with another Richarlison goal. It turns out that South Korea scoring is going to really hurt me more than I realised because I didn't realise that I had Alisson in goal. Do you know Virat Kohli? Not personally. This is an Alisson wonderland, said Dortnight. I've got Alisson as well, said Nadula. Dro said Brazil is winning a lot. My brother is nutting out. It's taking too much work on for Christmas and taking out on me. I'm watching the World Cup, says Sticky Buds. Sticky Buds, shout out to you. You enjoy the World Cup. You enjoy yourself, mate. You enjoy yourself like these Brazilian fans. They are having a great time. Lots of celebrations then from the for the Brazilian fans. Ball is over on the left-hand side. Points are always hard to come by. I need a clean sheet, said Rage Kids. Yes. Here we go. Here's some changes. Don't you dare take off Richarlison. Take off Neymar. Take off Vinny. Oh. We just saw Neymar. I was like, oh, are they taking him off? 20 minutes. Less than 20 minutes to go. Can someone explain why American football is called football when you play with your hands? It should be called hand egg, said Zap Ryder fan. Hand egg, hand egg, hand egg. I'll tell you what. Pretty hungry. I could go for a hand egg right now. Oh, I could go for a hand egg. Alisson and Vinny have got me 16 points alone so far, says James. Vinny was a good pickup. Goal and an assist. Very good. Korea. Back post. I think it would be cruel of Korea to score now. Because they're going out. So all that's going to achieve is it's going to take points away from me, and that's not cool, is it? Right, here we go. Martinelli is coming on. Right, who's coming off? Number 2. Is that Danilo? Danilo coming off. I'm a little bit worried. Maybe Vinny's coming off. Danilo's coming off. And Vinny is coming off. Danilo and Vinny are off. Danilo and Vinny are off. Right. Come on, Richarlison. That still means Richarlison staying on for now. Come on, Richarlison. Get a goal. Get a goal, mate. Mbappe got me 30 points. I was 150th, but now I'm in the 80s, says Edwards. Very good. I threw a hand egg pretty far once, said Sonny. 20 more minutes of agony. Can Korea just throw in the towel? It is agony. I need Richarlison to score. I really do need Brazil to not concede now for the fantasy game. But you know in the 93rd minute, Korea are going to score. Ball is in the middle of the park then. Here's Martinelli. He's a good player. Very good player, Martinelli. Excellent player to have on the bench. Scary, actually, that you can turn to a bench and bring on someone like Martinelli. And Anthony. They got Anthony as well that they can bring on. Oh, God. Who's going to stop this Brazilian team? I mean, it can only be Argentina. Croatia ain't going to stop them. It's going to be a problem that someone's going to have to work out, innit? Someone's going to have to work out how you stop this team. Ball is bouncing around, goes down the line. It's headed forward. Lovely little turn there. Come on, Brazil, said Legend Killer. Dortnight said, what's a hand egg? It's the new name of American football, apparently. I've also got Messi and Ronaldo in my team, said Edwards. I am stuck in the 1980s, says Martin. Right, Lee has gone off. Lee has gone off, and we are getting Lee on. So Lee went off, and Lee came on. We've got, look, glum faces, glum Korean faces. There's not been much for them to celebrate, sadly. And they've been out of this game for quite a while as well. This has been the cruelest way. I mean, like, it's one thing to lose 4-0, but to concede 2 of those goals in, like, the first 12 minutes, it's pretty cruel, isn't it? Ball is being played back. We've got 15 minutes left. My front three of Mbappe, Vinny, Kane got me 46 points. Damn. Did you have Mbappe as captain, did you? That's a lovely front line. It's a lovely front line. Just end the game. There's just no points, says Heather. Video killed the radio star, said Bonkers. Can you look at my Fantasy World Cup team at full time, says Edwards. Do it now. Do it now. Do you know what number are you? Did you say you're in the 80s? You are... There you are. Here's Edward's team. Have you played your wild card yet? I only asked that because I can see that Adams and Musa are both out. Koulibaly got -2, did he? Damn. And Mendy got -1. Damn. See, I don't. Have you played your wild card? If you haven't, then great, because you've got to change Mendy, Koulibaly, Musa, Adams. Oh, and Korea have scored! Ah! Stupid Korea! Well, it's all ruined now, isn't it? It's all ruined. Everything's ruined. Stupid fantasy game. Oh, ball is played in. Headed out. That's a beautiful shot, though. That goal is stunning, you know. Hits it on the edge of the box. Look at that. Bang! I think it does take a deflection. Oh, in all fairness, there's not much stopping that. There's not much stopping that. I got a decent 46 match points with more players tomorrow, said Wrestle with Andy. So, possible offside? No. Oh. There was a little bit of hope then for a split second. Just having a little look for a possible offside. Oh, please. Please. No. Sucks. Just sucks. They only need 3 more goals. The comeback's on, man. The comeback is on. You're absolutely right. Devastating. Bang. Bang. It's happening, guys. It's happening. The comeback is on. Sick. Got the goal. Who got the assist? Patik. Not Pasic. Patik. He only came on 10 minutes before. We'll keep an eye on that and see when it updates who got the assist. There's still no assist for that Neymar penalty. Recent Wonder Boy broke the curse of me losing my bet, said Nuka. And the World Cup, I've got France as champions. Who have you got? I have Brazil. Come on, Korea, just 3 more. What is your opinion on the great Kali student, Shanky Singh? Who's that? The Shanky? Shanky that dances. Is he a student of the great Kali? We just haven't been seeing Shanky, have we? Where's Shanky gone? Is he injured? I actually don't know what's happened with Shanky. We haven't seen Dancing Shanky in a while. Shanky news. Oof! Another save by Allison. Damn. Good save by Allison. Mahal was involved in a storyline with Shanky, but the story was dropped by Vince when he resigned. Mahal and Shanky have been wrestling on house shows. But the last time either man wrestled on TV was back in July. It looks like there could be some plans for Mahal. Escobar, World Cup first round, 6-pack challenge. Blah, blah, blah. Stuff happening. He just hasn't done anything, Shanky. There's not really a way of getting much of an opinion of him. I mean, they started using him in some sort of storyline, and that was it. I mean, do you remember he was dancing for like Samantha Irvin? That was it. And then it got dropped. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, said Bonkers. That Ryder fan said, what if Korea score in the 88th, 89th, and 90th minute, and then they have a penalty? Would it be, that would be amazing. And then the last minute of the game until extra time. Well, if they score 3 more goals, then yes, there would be extra time. That would have been a good goal. Nuka said, Brazil has been my favourite team since I was a kid, but I just like France at this World Cup. My drunk friend keeps asking, have you ever been in a fight? What a weird question. I was in a fight at school. I've told that story before, though I don't know how it came about. Don't know how it came about. I seriously can't remember what was said, but then it was school. It was probably nothing. It's probably nothing that actually happened, but I do remember that like at lunchtime, like going by the sports hall, and this other kid arrived as well. And the thing was, like, there was loads of like other school kids that like circled round because whenever I mean, there was a fight pretty much all the time in our school. Like at least once a week there was a fight and all the kids would crowd round. And somehow I found myself getting involved in one of them. Don't know. It could honestly have been. It could honestly have been that people just started trouble between two of us because they just wanted to see like a fight. It could have been that. Because you know what kids are like, and then word gets around, and then before you know it, you're involved in a fight. And that kind of stuff used to happen all the time. To be honest, I started playing a lot of football and avoided a lot of that stuff then. Football saved me, guys, in many ways. It really did. But yeah, it was a scrappy little thing. And I remember, like, a lot of kids, like, putting, like, kicking. So not only was you, like, having to fight the person in front of you, but as you was, like, all these kids were around you, they would, like, kick you as well. So, I mean, like, you'd start then having a go at someone that had just kicked you. But, of course, then you've got the person that you're fighting as well. It's like a proper deathmatch thing. If it sounds horrific and like a deathmatch, it's not. It's a bunch of kids being idiots, right? But paint whatever picture you want. But, yeah, that was my only experience of a fight at school. Other than that, I mean, you can get into any kind of trouble that you look for. And I just stayed out of it by playing football. Ball is being played in the middle, but there's no one there. Allison, our goalie, he is the best there is around. Robbo is the greatest that Jurgen ever found. Virgil is our favourite, a master of the game. And here's the mighty Salah to do it once again, says Edward. Days, it sounds like a lumberjack match. It basically was, mate. Yeah, basically was. Why would Brazil sub Alisson for Weberton in goal? Really bizarre. I bet Days didn't even notice. I didn't notice. I was too busy telling my horrific story. Maybe just to keep people fresh for. Was he on a yellow or something? Bunker says, "Shush, please." Nadula says, "Come on, Brazil." No one expected Jinder to win the championship. No. Ball is being played around by Brazil. Comes forwards. It feels like it's got 4-1 written all over it, you know. Korea are winning this half. 1-0, said Dave. Come on. It's the little things, innit? It's the little things. I mean, I get the feeling like if Brazil really needed to score, they would score. I just ran in a bit of a circle there, Rafinha. I have not played my wild card yet. I don't know how to, says Edwards. Nadula said, I want Brazil to get qualified. I want them to be in the finals. Well, I mean, you should be able to play your wild card by clicking on one of the... Where are they? I've played mine. Oh, yeah. In the top left corner, there's like a little yellow diamond with a lightning flash in it. If you click on that, that's where you can, I think, play like your wild cards. I think you can play your wild card. You can play 12th man. And you can play a power captain. I've not played those yet. Still got those to play. 12th man and power captain. Do you think John Jones will be back in 2023? I do, yes. I do. Ball is back on the halfway line. Do you think Indian wrestlers are negatively portrayed in WWE? Yes and no. I think that Great Khali was not very good in the ring. And I think that they knew that they weren't going to get great matches out of him. So he kind of went into a bit of a comedy role. I think that Jinder... Jinder, they tried to get Jinder over in India, and I'm sure it must have worked. But since he had that title reign, nothing else has happened with him. They sort of lost interest to some degree. I don't know. I don't know what happened with Jinder. Because I can't imagine that it didn't work, having him as champion. Certainly, I don't think worked in America. But in India, I can only imagine that it was... Perhaps it hurt the American market too much by having Jinder as champion. Because you can't have someone be a jobber and someone, like, just jobbing out to people and with very little build, like, then make them your champion and expect people to care. So I wonder if it was something like that. Perhaps the numbers were good in India, but they were just too poor in America. There must be a reason as to why they've never gone back to having Jinder as a champion. So I think they can be negatively portrayed, but I think that some of it is down to the fact that they're not to the same standards. It's hard because WWE rarely go there. There's probably tons of talent in India. I've got no doubt about that. But WWE do a rubbish job of looking for it. And then, like, you know, how many Indian wrestlers have come through NXT? You just don't see Indian wrestlers coming through NXT. So if there were more Indian wrestlers in the system, I would have no doubt that they would be portrayed better because there'd be more of them. And they would be trained to a higher standard than what we've seen before. Jinder came through NXT. But you need more than that. Indus Sher could be interesting, though. Indus Sher, I wouldn't say, are being negatively portrayed. I think Indus Sher as a tag team, I think they are a very interesting option, a very interesting prospect. I think they will not be negatively portrayed. And I think they will be... I think they could be multiple-time tag team champs. You should do Wrestling Days End of the Year Awards. Ball being played to the back post, and it's lovely little shot there, but it's well defended. Right, we've got just a couple of minutes to go. We really don't need loads of added on time in this one. Shame, in a way, that it's only going to be 4-1. I mean, it was 4-0 at half-time. I think we were all expecting that there was going to be a little bit more in this game, but not to be. Instead, South Korea have to completely ruin my fantasy team. Ball played in, straight into the middle, and it's over the bar. Nuka said, I said France would be champions, but I changed my mind. I like how Brazil has played. Let my dream come true. Brazil as champions once more. How many minutes of extra time? Hopefully none. Just don't need it. I don't think South Korea want it. I don't think Brazil want it. I don't think anyone watching wants it. It's not been a bad game. It's just a case that it's done, innit? It's done. It's been done as a game a long time ago. Don't forget, though, genuinely, and I have been saying this all day, tomorrow's games look so good. I really don't know what to expect from Morocco. I don't know what to expect from Morocco. I don't know what to expect from Switzerland. We've had no upsets in this round of 16. There's 2 games left in this round of 16. If there's going to be upsets, they could come tomorrow. We could lose Ronaldo from this tournament. We could lose Spain from this tournament. Tell you what, if Spain go out, that's going to be big for England, because if they can get past France, then they don't have to worry about Spain. They might have to worry about Portugal. And they certainly have to worry about France. So, but I'm just saying. Going to be watching tomorrow very intently, because those 2 games are on England's side of the draw. 4 minutes left to go. Austin said, do you want to hear a joke? Your life. Brazil don't need to win this. They have won it 5 times. That is more than enough. Austin said, Netherlands are going to win the World Cup. Believe in them. Well, they've got to get past a very good Argentina side first. So, Here we go. Ball in the box. Twisting and turning. Here is Korea trying to find a second goal. We're into the 92nd minute. We've got 2 minutes left to go. 2 minutes left to go. Ball is being played back. Played into the centre. Nowhere for them to go. And it's all irrelevant anyway, because even if they get a second, they ain't getting a third and a fourth. So it is all irrelevant anyway. James said, I'm currently on 56 points, and I've still got Dallo and Olmo left to go. That was silly, wasn't it? Picking Elmo. Elmo is not even a footballer. Silly. Silly James. Can't go selecting Sesame Street characters. First half. That first half was amazing. That first half is maybe the half of the tournament. It was electric. Here we go. Shot from range, and it just goes wide. Just goes wide. Thanks for another watch along, Martin. Shout out to you, buds. Heather said, why is there extra time? I thought this was done. It's only for, it's added time. It's not really extra time. It's added time. It's for all those substitutions and things. You know, they just add a bit of time on at the end of the 90. But we are almost done. We are almost done. What's the Raw card for tonight? Don't know. Haven't seen it. I know we've got Usos against Elias and Riddle. But I don't know of anything else. Sure, there'll be something to do with Alexa. 30-odd seconds left in this one. I forgot who the trash guy on Sesame Street was. That's Oscar the Grouch. Ball going all the way back to the Korean keeper. Ball being headed forward. I don't even care about a Richarlison goal now. So disappointed that I lost all those defensive points. Don't even care. And there it is. There it is. Bish, bash, bosh. A statement win for Brazil. They win 4-1. They win easily. They win at a canter. And it's going to be Croatia next for them. So we already know Argentina versus Netherlands, England versus France. And today we found out Croatia versus Brazil. Tomorrow we find out who's it going to be, who will make up the final quarterfinal. Will it be Spain or Morocco that take on Switzerland or Portugal? Right, I'm going to go off and grab something to eat, but we will be back in a bit. We will be back so that we can watch Raw tonight. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now.